I haven't really talked about this with a lot of people, and I think it's important to really kind of talk about this. But, I really did think Sean was my soulmate, and when a relationship goes, sideways, it's not easy. But at the same time, you really have to do what you have to do. And I do like to fill my life with positiveness and positive people and positive energy. And, when things with Sean were great, they were fantastic. But, at the end of the day, there were some things that weren't positive. So, we talked, and there were things that I had, asked him to do, and they weren't getting done, and I had stretched a couple timelines, and they weren't getting met, and they were being met instead with some excuses. And so I felt for me that I needed to be in a different place, and so I decided it was time to move on. So we did part ways, and I think maybe, Sean didn't handle things as well as he could have. But, that being said, there were a lot of other things going on in Sean's life, and also he was sick. So when he did take his own life, there was a lot of things, like deep-rooted things, and he didn't talk about those things with a lot of people. And that's why I think it's important to talk about things, no matter who you are, or how old you are, or how young you are, or how open you are, or how closed you are, or how many friends you have, or how few friends you have, or what your forum is to talk to people. Whether you write it down or say it out loud, or shout it to the rooftops, or talk to your dog or your cat. You need to talk about things with somebody. So anyways, Sean unfortunately was sick, and he did take his life. And when I went to his funeral, and I listened to a couple of great stories from Sharon, albeit they were stories that I had recanted. They were still great to hear. Anyways, and seeing the pictures, they were also fantastic. They were a lot of pictures that I had taken, so they were hard to see, but again, I had closed that chapter, and I think the memories were good to kind of go over again. And you know what, I'm doing great. I got some great stories to tell, but they're kind of X-rated, so I'm not going to go into them now. They could probably get me fired if anybody Googled my name. Whoa. Yeah, so I can't really get into them right now. Maybe some other time, or maybe one-on-one. Anyways, what I did want to say was I was extremely hurt by what Sean's father said at the funeral in front of, a couple hundred people. The supporters that Sean had at the funeral were great. Sean's dad got up there, and he had a tough time, obviously. Anybody that loses their son would have a tremendously hard time, I feel, for him and for his entire family and all of his friends, as I do for myself. He started with some, good stories and good memories, and then he started to say, I don't understand why my son would take his own life. Sean and I were supposed to get married in Hawaii, I guess, the following week. And so Jerry said, would he commit suicide because of his failed relationship? And so, had Alexa not been at that funeral, I probably would have got up and walked out. But Instead, I sat there and I was the bigger person, and I gave him a hug at the end of the funeral, and I said I was sorry, and I hugged, you know, everybody that was part of the family. And since then, his mom had called me last week and talked to me for about an hour, and I really think that I helped her. And, you know, she really just needed reassurance that Sean was full of love and loved her and knew how much she loved him, and I think that was important to her. And I heard from Alexa a couple days ago, and that was kind of nice. So anyways, that was kind of really what I wanted to say. I haven't talked about this to all of you, so that was, I guess, you know, the main reason for this video blog. You know, apart, yeah, I really can't tell on any of my latest escapades, even though they've been kind of fun. I am doing well. I am so happy to be back in my condo. I've got lots of work to do here. I'm going to do something really crazy with my walls. I'm going to redo my kitchen. It's going to be super cool next year. And yeah, I'm basically, okay, so, oh, my phone's ringing. Anyways, I'm going to go all white with the walls, and then my crown molding and my baseboards are going to be like super dark gray, and my ceiling's going to be light gray. My kitchen, I think the cabinets I'm going to go like the dark gray as well, and then I kept my appliances white, so that's going to like super pop. And then I'm going to do like dark, like black granite countertops and everything. It's going to be really nice.